Welcome. It's been a while. This is Mission and Minister Sylvester. You're welcome to my coconut breakfast. We don't just have to call it coconut breakfast. Before we create any word, the ideas and for tangible things that will even copulate or accumulate or compose my art and state of the art will be style. And I look, they either the best meat never looking good because they need understand what makes out what we are. Even if that it does a healing, the Lord confirm it. So in the situation of when it comes to you claiming somebody says you also claiming that he is the Lord. When you know the Lord, you should have that up saying that the Lord is within his inner and within eating, out laughing and worshiper. The Lord also don't know the area to know what you have to do. I'm saying what is it? Coconut. We're gonna go live with it. And I do it every time. No, how does I work such things out? Some of you may need to know if what they say is coconut. The last few hours, when I told you my sun is rising, it's when I go on top, make a new stew up top. And at the top, everything's work. And we saw the very need. Every implant with the healing that coconut we derive from. The antibiotic, the healing the oil, the healing with in the. So if you can have a channel or things, they told you who can eat, give amount of eating. Or that which we eat and give amount. Or what the spirit for that which we eat. Maybe saying or guiding us to. You only eat. But I don't just eat because the spirit and the quickening will make it understandable why I have to eat. So if your food is not eaten by virgin, then who are the Lord saved? The Lord has not said it or said my eat. When you the wrong person, you are the one eating the best that they said, oh, the Lord created and is without fault. And the person with fault is eating it. That's fault. It's beyond damage. Do we agree that I'm not like somebody else? I just have to get up and show my real self. What are we showing? On the live cameras, you can see how it is beautiful when your palms open and wide open. When the enemy told us we have nothing to do, we said that, Lord, I know the one who charged us to do and to learn to earn our own consciousness was not given from another person. It means that witchcraft did not take my portion for who I'm not and exchange it to his without myself knowing. It is the same people who even act that I may know who they are, what they are, and what spirit they have, and that which comes from myself, which I may take or need. Do I look like my enemy? If you want to see a person that says living, what else do you need? When I go up on a tree, you see, when I've been called, I know who created them and added into the world. So when a lady calls me, even when the lady is naked, I know. But when a lady calls me, I know where also I've been called. So I go to the main sources that created the lady, not her mother. Her mother is not the creator. The Lord that made the world before you came, that's what I tell you. So that Lord, I know they are. And I keep it and I go there. So if you think you want me to call me right now, if I've been called right now, I know who is calling. I'll find a reason to get to that place. Even if it's in the whole universe or the space, terrains, or the cardinal, I'll be right there. Because I made it possible that I may be there. You see, it's very interesting to have myself sit here behind a system and I'll be able to talk. When I'm communicating. So I need to have this for breakfast. But I won't be breakfast. I just want to show this. Look at that. You want to name it, right? A and B, 1 and 2, or 1 and 1. You say the same answer. All right. To make a difference that this 1 and 1, but 1 is become like this. I made it what it is. So with the sword and function, if I come up on live, I want to tell you how what I'm holding used to be or how it was like this, right from what? Seed base and to the top, and where I have to climb when it becomes a pole or umbrella or heavens. That I get to the heavens on top to bring the fruit that may be ready. How ready it is? It's only ready when I want to use it for guidance and teach. So if the law that made a coconut is from spirit and creation that we came to the world to see, then only whom the Lord outdoor the beauty that is able to eat and tell what we're eating. So I can only do this as nobody else. So we go for a break and watch this. So to continue the breast, I have to go on the very silent to show you my real self. I won't anytime look for somebody else than myself. You know, when you are just supposed to be yourself, to look for yourself, then that being myself is what also lead myself to others and others to themselves. I have to say this again. I lead myself to myself and others to themselves. Do you understand it? If there is no spirit or angel on this or at an operation like this, you cannot have yourself. You'll be maybe then out they know you were born, you are that flesh, you are somebody, but your real self, you don't know it. Your real self is what probably is gone out of you, and then somebody is using it, and you also using their portion, which is not your destiny. So if you don't have the light, you can prove anything here. So that's it. Trying to lead you to yourself. So this function area that I show you, no crime. No crime. I want to do what? I want to simply show you what? They use 4 V's on the live. You can also know the use of these in the Bible, but they didn't say that it is fake when you see it or when it's being mentioned. So I do things because it's original. So I'm not the one operating on somebody's channel to tell me the rule they set up is different from what I'm doing. I set up the rule. So YouTube agree original, because you can't say there's a tree and then the tree is somewhere and we don't see the tree. When we mention cutlass, we tell you anybody that is not normal or not abnormal to the state where you need it, you don't use it. You abuse it somewhere else. When there's war, you know the function of this. When there's kitchen food, you also know the same function. This is what made the whole thing work. That's why I said the Lord lead by sword. The Bible says what? That the Lord lead by sword. Do you understand it? Do you want to know what the scripture is? If I hold this and they told you the religion claims that the Lord lead by sword and you don't know it, let me show you what it is in the scripture. But first of all, let's look at what the function of the sword is. Here, watch here. This, what? So, I make known the opening of this. So we cut sword. So this sword cutting, at least having a function. Hold on. They try to do something. The water is coming up. No, hold on. Hold on. Let's get it quickly to this level. Let's take a look at this. Now, watch this. I hope we can hear the sound. All right. Let's drink on the live. So I'm telling nobody to do anything wrong, but to know the time and what you have to do. Why? If nature bear witness to this life may it never collapse as the word is configured that we may see the healing. Nobody else can see it behind my system and do what I don't do. Why? I handle this on any level without spilling blood. So that you see it, blood in the eyes. Cash money, young money. If you have invested in the garden areas like you got coconut plantation, cassava, any of that, that's the wealth. So if the law keep any, let's say, missing in building up the works, keeping the law and doing the doing of the law practically, and having the farm and using the Spirit in the area for need and all the needs. That is why you are seeing the Lord working, but not to say you go to a lazy man's level to go and pray. I pray in the name of the Lord, the Father, Son, and the Most Holy, that I don't have coconut, but I want to drink coconut, that the Lord pray, adventure, give us coconut. Then I want to ask myself, what have I done to deserve coconut that I should be praying or saying? Even that's not where prayer. You want to eat the food that you've not sown. You want to eat food that is not sown from your hand. So you see that on that note, you have found out that the Mason or the Freemason or that occultic or that Illuminati, they all based on this on life or for survival, right? Do you find out that that will make them different when they have to eat? Let's assume one thing. If you were from a different creator and different force, different spirit, do you eat the Lord whose law you don't keep? The food that he has probably sown, you don't eat it because it's against the law. That what you have not sown or who didn't come from, you can't eat their food. But for you to readily say you want to eat their food, what do? They gave a law that you may observe it. So when you find such mystery and secrets and things happening, and you find it you yourself doing even the same, they eat, you also eat. What makes now you different from this law? That the law look at what you are doing, and then you are flourishing. And he also having the same flesh to have eaten, to have a claim and portion. And like myself, I have to find it in that way. That before I can eat, I need to go through the remorse, war, or the hell of it. What do you mean the hell? Maybe on the life today, you find out that I'm working just name. You claim Yeshua or have believed the Son of God. That one you claim he created the world, heaven and earth. His Son came to the world. Peter, swore to him. So on this live, you are not on my side, because what I'm doing is this. Watch on the live. If after having what is in this, put into yourself through what? This. And it goes in you. And it becomes a miracle that what you didn't take into yourself had to pass from behind you. And you are expected to give an account for that which you eat. If indeed the law states that whoever comes in his name, according to the law, must be accepted for his doing, making every word according to what guidance accepted, even when you don't want to accept it. If you don't accept it, I have not come for you. Why do you think I should be under the law, observe the law to observe the doing, and then I have to have it the way it is, so that it won't be as different nor a crime? Where have you worked? You know not your reward. That another person's work is this you want to live on. Do you agree that the Lord can naturally say that if I make this opening, do you think pouring the water or liquid or spirit of this into this very changeable thing like a ship, do you think they agree or they do not agree? Let's watch. If I pour this in here, yes, you know what I'm doing? I'm watching also carefully. When I do that, does that mean that the spirit won't be contained in this? Or that spiritually, there may be a time when I pour this out of the original source into this This is also original source. But that which may be corrupt, when it gets to the level, if it's corrupt, it has to be corrupt. But that naturally, we can use this and this for our great works, which should not be corrupt to the level we might think it is. Maybe I drink from this. And I need to look facially beautiful or good so that we allow the Lord to lead according to his law, that my side here can be your side. My side here won't be your side because I don't carry any form of your flesh, because I don't even know how the Lord look like, that I should look like somebody. But when I am the real spirit in myself, light, and showing that these things is like this, this is like that in spirit, this is like this in the light, this is like that. This is what they say is a guidance. I am more than just saying I know him. Those of you seeing him, you don't know him. I don't probably see him the way you are seeing him. The Lord is saying, the Lord is hearing. The angel says, I am the one with it, yet I have not seen it. I am only seeing you, the one saying the Lord what? Is telling you this to tell. The Lord is showing you about this person to have this. I don't have those things like that. That's why I sit here with my name Sunday, Sylvester Kwesibe Queen, and I do what? And I do what? And I create. It means I have had to wait until I have gone through the process, which is myself, how we came with the world creation, to make it known again. To make it known again. So also, if I have to say, drink from this direct, would that also break the law? On another account, you want to say that if you are two people who cannot share the same common salivary gland, what do? You can have a difference, like we name it. You can take a part here and I'll take this part. Or normally, what I did in the world was my investment that you look at nothing to be nothing is big. If I buy one for myself, any other person that will ask for any of the good that I'm giving, once I'm willing to give, I buy for them completely what is complete, not because of somebody else. I have to make sure this is it. I don't carry, let's say, what I'm eating into the mouth and giving you the same that is from my mouth. I make sure I do this. I rather buy for you double. So like I spent twice what I should have lived on it alone. I did it. That's what makes it very real. And to the much expecting nothing from this, to say, how much can you spend? When I feed myself with one plate, I buy for somebody else one plate. I don't normally like to share the same plate that I have probably budgeted for my stomach. But I'd rather take the risk and reducing my budget to what? 2 times what I should have eaten. Then I give you one part and I take one portion. You look at the spending. In that case, look at the spending. Listen to this conversation part on the part that we are saying this. If I have not been given food to eating, or if the Lord have not served me anywhere like I've served him, and then a bad person or an enemy or somebody who breaks the law of the Lord, is these who have been fed by the law unacceptably, the Lord has allowed the wrong person or a person who breaks the law to have been fed, and then he's been asked to, let's say, do what you have to do to keep the food being given. And he, the same person that is causing criminal cases, bloodshed, evil, and devilish acts, that same person, they get up and feed. And when they feed a person, what they should be doing to keep the law, they don't keep it. Yet they will claim that the Lord has given them to eat. Has the Lord given us to eat righteously, or he has given to the wrong person? Whose account do I hold in my own name? It's my own name. When you allow the wrong people to be fed, and the righteous person is this, feeding himself, and you are allowed to have ourselves judged by the law, who is the Lord going to judge? Then why not let ourselves judge ourselves? Why do you allow somebody to use the spirit to judge a person who is not supposed to be judged wrongly, poorly being judged? If you have a wrong person eating and I'm not eating, and I'm the one sitting here and talking, what would you say that I'm doing? Am I paying? I'm paying. And those of them who are eating freely, they are not paying anything. Yet you are feeding them. And you are expecting that if they are judgment with their name and the flesh that eat into their own stomach, assume yourself, you are 10 people, and then it's giving one bowl of kinky. Do you think all the kinky will be eaten to one person's stomach? Or we will have different shares? Or everyone there will account for how many balls they've been eating or given? In that case, the judgment is according to how they were given. Most of them can eat the complete, some of them can eat one and eat more, or three. But it doesn't mean that the number of kinky or balls have been given to one person to eat. Do you agree or you don't agree? Look at what we're saying. If the Lord says that I should sweep before I'm giving it to eat, or I should cook, and before I cook, I have to have the food from the gardens or the bucket. If I eat or touch any of that, I should be the one already working in those areas. I say, before I can touch anything from nature, it means I accept that I would have done what I so doing, or I make that which is life, and cut off those things that I have to cut off to nurture it so that it becomes fruitful. So in that case, if I'm the one talking about what? The Bible, it means I don't have to what? I don't have to have somebody deny me food. I am to eat freely. I am to eat freely. Because if I don't eat and the bad son or son of the evil eated the food, even when it was time for farm activities, they failed to do. When they failed to do that which would have brought the food on the table for them to eat, would you say that the Lord is seeing somebody's son to be myself, whereas I came from what? A different family? Or I will judge the way maybe my hair is right now. Let's see it. Let's do it. Like this. Then you want to say, oh, this person with the rasta hair, this person whose hair is become this, like this, is a criminal. Because you have been judged wrongly, so you are judging others wrongly. If you were given a righteous judgment, you would have known what you did. That made you receive that judgment. You say, I just did it. So that's the function for the volume of hair on my head. Nobody looks like myself. I'm changing myself, right? So watch. Changing myself. Just changing myself. What? Watch there. I'm just changing. There you may know that I am not one of them that are in the enemy. Like that. So who do I look like in this country, GH? Who do I look like? That I have to eat. I was just asking. So in that case, the number of persons you serve with, that you spend, you will not receive less. Assured, when you give two, you'll be one. Or when you give five, giving what? 3. That is not bad. The Lord admit that Or you do so, he the Lord how to use multiply. That's the magic. Choose 5 loaves of bread or a tin or whatever we eat and multiply it with the magic. But those of us who are in the more supernatural, we don't perform any magic like that than seeing sowing a seed, let's say planting for coconut 1. Yet when it becomes a 3, just one seed in this will be multiplying, let's say 50, yet many other created on 1 3, which came from what? 1 coconut like this. This is how we plant coconut or we make it happen. And you do have knowledge what to do to have a coconut tree spring out from this. You don't just want to say as the color is so you can make it spring up coconut. It won't work. This one, it needs a mature stage before those process is given. It doesn't mean that the Lord cannot use this as a miracle or for a miracle to spring up. But that is another supernatural. That will be a different thing because you've never done it before. So for he, the Lord, to do this, and he has the same spirit that made a coconut in the beginning of the world. So that using any part of coconut to make yet another coconut tree is a miracle he alone can do. So to say that we turn 1 bread to feed or 5 bread or loaf of bread to feed about 5,000 is like it's just saying I have 1 seed or 1 coconut size which I've planted, nurtured, and grown to a tree, and the fruit there on the tree are multiple times the count. That's a miracle. That's a magic. In that case, that one goes through time. That one does not cast the generation short. Go through the number of times. Look at my hair. Like I told you. Look. You see, when I do anything, I have to look handsome as they look like. Don't judge anybody with their hair. As for the hair, when you judge it to the person and who you are saying you are a liar. Because the hair cannot judge. It is one common thing you can find with people who are with special hair to know they are different people. They may be, you can say they may be, but you say to them, you don't tell to like don't assume bad sound, like don't assume them to be bad. Like you judge people even when they don't rob or when they don't pick anything. Once you see them like any other person, then you are saying they are what? They are one of them that do this. That's a judgment. The Lord will punish you for saying that. Because for the Lord said, if you have not been given to see, to know, you don't say anything about any situation of a person done, hoping that the person recovers. You don't wish people recovery. You wish them rather down for you are just a part of the Lord of the dead. Killing people more than healing them because you don't heal anybody. You are more witches, wizard than any creature we have ever seen in the world. In the past, they were not like this. In the past, they were not like this, I'm telling you. Even that's a healing. In the past, they were not like this. So they were more healing than, even they may be wrong people, but it hasn't been to this level you are seeing computer, iPhones, TV. The things you wish to see is right before you and you are seeing somebody in USA. Right here, whatever they may be doing there, you are watching it live. Which doesn't come from any malam or sorcerer or sorry about reason that will charge that you should go pour blood. Whatever they are doing right now, time difference, never at all. So when it's 1 o'clock here in this country, whatever they are doing in probably US, the time difference does not count. Over there, that if it may be 5 o'clock over there and maybe 1 here, PM, let's say 1 PM here and then 5 PM over there. When we have it like that, it doesn't mean the video will not show the same time if there should be time difference. The video, whatever they are showing from the time that is 5 PM in US, you are going to see it also at 1 PM here in this country. The same thing. They also say because over there is 5 PM, you won't see the same thing that they are showing. Like if it's fair, we will come to this place to show you what? Different color. No, it doesn't work like that. You see that when I change myself in the looks, I'm really looking good. So if the Lord indeed for himself, he is showing, look at my hair. If I do this, it's got to see, that's the function and purpose for having hair on. That's the space on. Having myself on. So it's myself that I have on. Look. So it's beautiful like that. So today we've been very much different on the broadcast because what we are showing really should be. Who do I look like? I just really look like this. You want to have if the Lord should be the guide. The angel is missing outlets. Yeah, I can see somebody also in a very view here watching something beautiful. You are enjoyed, you are entertaining yourself when it comes to what I'm saying, because the knowledge and wisdom. So when you see Western digital, is the same as Western, like you are saying, the dog, that I may eat of the fruit of my toil. Is that what the Bible said? So let's say that. So knowledge, except there's an angel or a person that is ready in a position giving guidance, that if I eat your food, you expect that the Lord may say something from that which I have been given from you. So if I don't eat your food, it means you are not worthy even to hear it from the Lord. You have to claim you are keeping it, but it doesn't give you the same equal opportunity for knowing what if an angel, a righteousness from the word. It isn't going to be the shame when you don't say such thing. Let's go get it. Let's look at the word from Yeshua. You believe it, that you are in his religion, or you are under his gathering or under his tent, yet you don't understand what he has also sent out there. If you are a warrior or a soldier for him, you have to be trained soldier of him for fighting a good cause. Doing what? According to times. But what you don't have to forbid is he that was to come after his ascension. The person who was to come later in this day, ourselves, you didn't have to fail to know us. For who you claim in the time was the reason you are in the religion, because of his doctrine, because of how he interceded on behalf of people, or he raised people even when they don't deserve it. That's the reason you continue to sin. Even when you have been healed once, you sin again and you expect him to be healing you. There is no condition that when the Lord heal you from sin, that you sin again. That's why I see you that you are not my people. I cannot choose you. And the Lord cannot choose you for my sake. I created it. Or I choose you over human. The fact that you are referred to as a human being doesn't mean that I need you. Because at the end of the day, the end product for being law observant or keeping the law should be what? This, like you are seeing myself sitting here. Very handsome, beautiful. That any artist, any level, any form, we have to just have it the way it is. Now let's get to this. And we want to do this in order that you may know what I'm saying. So real times like this, I need to do this quickly. So I'm just supposed to see if I had a school name or a profession. I don't want to say an IT person or an IT clerk, which will be paying, let's say, intelligently, how much my time schedule and the things I hope to deliver and things that we deliver, the input and the output compared, so that I'm not just being given what they think, you just came today and then they give you this or that. I've enjoyed nothing, but I've made known to the world what didn't come from anybody's what kind of kingdom. I have had to live a life that is completely different from any other world I've ever lived. Yeah, that you should understand that. So, note, if what I've eaten bear the record consequences, and then understanding that what I speak is written, that they say you may observe. Maybe you didn't know. That's why you thought you were doing something opposite. But now that you know, what would you have done? Then now that you know, it's not this generation. It's 2,000 years ago. That's the only time they gave condition for benefit of the doubt that you didn't know. Because from that time, I don't think you want to say that you were and you have before the Bible came to the country. We'll look at how many years is the Bible in this country. Because of that, you tell me how many years you have. Live with the understanding what is written in there. We're going to watch. Let's see the time. Right now. But today's what's today's date? very fifth number. So let's do that also right now. Just want to do this. To have a place built there, I go around, travel, countryside, country, whatever, and fly in airplanes. But of course, who are you carrying? Is that a? Then I know the time here. It's 9:20, like 9:32 a.m. right now. And today is what? Thursday, 5th February 2026 GMT. And we said this time is what? Greenwich Meridian time. So that if you're on the time belt, the belt, and the agriculture, whatever, that's name things that we given by the name like that. In what country here? So I'm not using watch, clock, whatever that you limit on the entire world. This is a world clock. So that if you have it set in your country wrongly, we are telling you what is the time. Time world clock is this. So I normally use world clock. I don't use what time you set in the country to claim because you name it country, whatever. So let's look at that which could say the Lord. Now, what is Yeshua saying here? I don't dispute what is Yeshua saying here. You know what he's saying? Result. Okay, this think not be the scripture that think not that to discern you that way you are that's why all that in the you are divided. You cannot be able to do it when you are spirit. You can do this. You can multiply yourself at the same time, or you can be as many as 100 members of in one coding. Yet is the same person. That's what I told you on such spiritual thing that you may go to a place and then somebody can multiply himself to be what? Many. Yet you will not know the particular person that you want to say is this person you are looking for. These are the supernatural. So Yeshua says what? That think not that he has come to send peace to the world. Watch carefully. He didn't mention that to you in the way you think he brought peace to you. That's not. It's corruption. Tell the Lord I'm saying he's corrupt. If he allow you to what? To be in your respect and disbelief and untouchable way of the law, and he allowed you to have the law ruling, and what are the things that he, the Lord, said is understand. He said, rather, sword. What is sword? Or in the first way, it says sword. But when you are in school and then they said S-W-O-R-D, when they said the S-W-O-R-D is sword, in the school where you went to learn, when it's time to say sword, you will say it's not sword. You are representing the word by sword, yet it's not sword. Is that what you're going to say? Watch carefully. Let's get it. Open it. How you don't know what we're saying. Even the real article states virtuous. So we are just doing it on the like they go to. You do not say that you are the one doing it. Watch here. They say mathematics is 10 verse 34 says what? Yeshua, which you probably refer to as this name you are using his name with to another person. Like I'm Sylvester, I say they should call me another person. If that I couldn't call another person, I'm not right. I have to look at what it takes to do. Say you are healer. Look at it. You get mosquito. And other thing is what they are corrupt in the flesh on their side. But this also wouldn't say that I lack knowledge. I can heal it. Because I even climb tree. So the tree also add to this. Yes, most of the things. So many lack knowledge. And somebody again. Now watch here. That man 34 say morning. He said probably time of will cause severe division. So cause division. Everything, anything, because I'm the one is what I regard, but that's the finished product of every ugly way. To be a part, never. You see that he has divided. You are saying the Lord will make you as one people. You are ready to not learn it. Who is leading your church? He doesn't understand. There's a God. He will cause. He didn't just say division. He mentioned doing what? The division means what? Separate enemy. That's why you abuse it. You don't understand this part of the scripture. Let's say a time was given. Let today, you know that you shouldn't have, or you didn't, and only to so you did. But I went to be another chapter, and tomorrow's chapter says you don't have to be an enemy. Separate. And he said no, because you have said today to give them the portion you are eating. So every day, it's not every day. Even to another, that it is a part like a block you lay. Then about it, and you know the suffering that in there. How do you say you don't know what I'm saying? Is this pyramid at the top? I the Lord in a folk, and to do to separate him. So is the Bible or is the instruction? This is the instruction. Correct you and you think faith or have faith, believe. Is that why you are talking about faith? This is not faith or belief. He's talking about instruction. Do not go this way. Do not here. It is that you have gone there, but you have faith that will not spoil you. That's corruption. He has said what? They are said in what? Even what? Also families apart. Every family apart. Once you are outside, also in the house you are enemy. Also that says what? That the sword represents complete. The art. I've shown you what is the sword on the life. What's the function? You have to know the multifunction of something. What you don't know yet is maybe what is likely to happen again with the same sword. But what you know already is that sword is being used for fighting, defending, territories, weeding, like special sword for war. But that represents to say cutlass. Like you want to tell you why they design every what kind of thin element like that for what it suits. That you cannot carry cutlass to war because it's heavy. The point you cannot throw. Only when you want to on a wood and tree stumps to the level. But for the sword, it is as you see it, very special. To be easily carried and swinging, flying it, and throwing it well. They are also sword. Cutlass is also sword. But why they call this one sword is because must really have it in a journey and road a place. Cutlass is also sword. For the same function you can use it. But it doesn't mean cutlass in the look looks the same as what we're saying sword. And what we say sword goes with the word, that is the shiny word. The shiny one's word. The shiny one. So that when you see a sword, it is simply the shiny word. So that the shiny one means when they talk to you about the silver sword, the angel that carry it, that's myself. I carry my own sword. That's the only sword that is sharp than any sword. I have it. I don't want to tell you faith. I have it already. I know what I have. But you ask me if I have a cutlass like sword or those things we are talking about supernaturally and the Lord, if it has to be. I don't have it in a common place like that. But you see the church, let's say the gathering, even they in the prophetic area, they are the one who use it. You realize that the pastor doesn't use sword. He doesn't understand the work to the level of a prophet. You say that is the difference. So when you give that which you have to give to a prophet, to a pastor, you have abused the law. Because the pastors do not have even sword. Why? Their level even is that, no. You are causing havoc. You are causing fear, pain to keep a sword with you. You see, that's a different person in the business. That's why the Lord has not given his word to a pastor. Only what Paul, like you saw, even why said it. Look at that. Let me the word. Look at it. So let's mainly about. Let's try. When I mentioned that one in that, they give you Matthew 10:34. Let me just put it there straight away. What it is. What I mentioned. I want us to look at the word and code right there. Just watch carefully. That think not. Watch carefully this word. That very necessary to know. Know this, so that if the Lord indeed has not given you his word, look, I'm having my image and I'm seeing more at the same time. It is broadcast with myself. So on the side that is ruling, watch carefully. I wasn't quiet and I didn't want to just be quiet. Why? Look at the word. That same Matthew, then 34. Watch here. In any scripture form, you have to see it the way it is. The key words won't out, like it won't go out of it. Now watch here. He said, do not think. Formally, if you want to write it, you say what? Do not think. Informal is written, don't think that he came to bring peace to the earth. Has the Lord sent him to make peace? In this point, are you disputing that he that you claim is for peace is the same person that you say is not for peace? Look at it. The main purpose, because this is what summarizes everything he came to do in the beginning unto his end. That moment, any angel coming or any son of the Lord coming from heaven, his purpose will always be himself. But looking at the situation and the time and the things happening, will determine where he should exercise maybe this bomb, that weapon, or that is what we keep it in the Lord, and he found out that you probably righteousness or doing what the Lord to may watch and watch. But when found that everything God's word will not off and put this to the earth. What is earth? Your flesh. What is earth? Where you dwell, where you have as a human being. Your nature. He didn't bring peace to you or peace to you to make peace. That's why I said the word what you call peace is a corruption. Don't say it. You don't know it. That's why you go stand in the churches or in places and you say it. You say that's a word that will be against you. If you don't have the times to know how the last been it, opposite, you might. He said to the earth, but is the sword. They have come, if you written that he is saying, I have come, but not, I don't want to say it that way. That he has come, you see, if we try to keep it according to their word, that is to him. I'm not the one who came. That's why you have read for yourself those things. So he said he has come to what? So that a son will be against his father. So he has caused people to disrespect his own father, Lord. A daughter will be against her mother to respect the nature of their nature creator. A daughter-in-law will be against her mother-in-law. This is it. It's not my word. This is the Lord. The capacity you claim you are keeping. That's the word he gave you. This is to the level you cause him to say it. So it is. So Yeshua caused people in narration and practicality his word. He made you know that was his purpose for coming was God the word. Yeah, he came. That word is again. So unfortunately, I wasn't there in the place to say that you know my name that time. So that this word made forbid quickly. After this. You see that what you don't know is hidden before you live. I was just a little silent trying to go out or to forbid certain things in the noise. So that they will say this is where we do any metal of somebody. Kong, 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 can. You are not beating on gong for my sake. Whose word is it? Or who are you going to interpret for this? Let's look at it in King James Version. I hope you are seeing it well. Let's go for King James Version. It is not true. Why is it original? It is original to King James when you understand what is given. It's good. No. You don't know. Judgment is the same. That there are some texts that have been split in. That is just one verse. Like you have maybe chapter 1, and you let us see it as chapter 1 and then chapter 1, where you have maybe verse 1 only. You will see verse 1 and then verse 2. Same way extended to the level. That's a slight difference. Same way in volume time wise, a book that may have, let's say, one line for one chapter will be maybe 2 lines for one chapter. That's what it is. That's the difference. Now, watch here carefully that you may understand what the Lord is saying here. Now, if I really want to put it, or one more time, you're going to see that I flow it like this. And I need to be myself. Without the angle myself. You said that the King James Version will be myself real talking in the very language. That will be other than what I started with. Because that's a real self for myself. But if they told about King James, the Lord that made King James, the King James is living. Now, who comes to the Lord like this? When I'm saying angel, I live with them. That's why whatever your as a sin. The time for judgment is flesh, the Lord flesh. Don't ever think. Even the war in the world, who is able to stop it? Stop it for what? Do you know what damage you've caused to the Lord himself in flesh? Or you thought the world was without form or creator? The world was with a creator and angels and engineers. You didn't know that you've done all manner of things that you wish to do, you are dead to them. Now in Matthew 34 says, in King James Version says what? Think not that he has come to send peace. You see, even that what I told you. You see, that's a caption itself. Right there. That think not that he has come to send peace to earth or on earth. However, he did what? He came not to send peace. Is this not his word? His own word. Yeshua, obey your word. He said he came not to send peace to the world. So peace is meaningless. Where you go pray to that you have to die. Where you die in vain. Because that's not the time what is reserved. So why you carry his word to say that he came and bring peace? No. His main word, main cause. This is what summarizes his return, being born Maria, son or Mary, or Mizraim, or Egypt, whatever son, or only his brother from Africa, he also predestined. That is the archangels. That he has a brother, Solomon's son, in Africa, rising again. You didn't know that. But do you think he has... but who gave birth to him? Was it not King James, you were saying? The same, the king... I won't say that name. Even I won't say it. I don't want to mention him. Because home or house of corruption have used their name. But I can mention it or sound it. The one who gave birth to Solomon. That is what? The one who gave birth to Saul of himself. And Saul also gave birth to what? Himself also again in Africa. That King Solomon's son that was begotten in Africa. You didn't know that, right? You don't know him. You see the church, you're working, you are taking billions of what you have not been given. That's why even it is wrong to say they should know you're working and suffering, that you may also eat. That if you should have allowed yourself to be using you may be using the time maybe to farm. That is what, to feed yourself. But once you come to of humanity, you have time to teach something or to read to them that they may know, also supposed to work as they may be working. Yet you have had division yourself. So that you don't say well, but not to say that you take money for what you don't know. You take money and promise peace to the house, somebody says, or whatever, you say, no, I have not come to send peace. So let him judge you. If this word should judge, you are damn condemned. Not God. When he came in word, you describe it. When he performed miracle, you describe it miracle. When he raised the dead, you describe it, somebody died and they raised him, or her. When he talk of sword, that one there, you don't want to say sword. That's why we get it wrong. So, whether his name is original or not, let his work make himself known in our daily life. The name is not even right. What they claim he has uttered from his own word, the soul of the word, make known and avail yourself, that my world will have that which I fought for and have won. Greatly my reward indeed it is, that which sendeth the word, and that wise one who grabs it, and make a long suit. Judgment is that he should not be punished for a wrong man's judgment at the time is righteous. Only where it is given wrongly, that you have to judge it wrongly. Even that the Lord said, that same sin which killed somebody, he did not kill somebody else. These are the words and judgment. Have we come to the level to lie to the people? So that's why I tell you the church come to lie when they have not been given. If you didn't carry the word and the word as complete armor of the Lord, you see you have this portion. This is the main purpose and mission. So the mission of the Christ. So I will put it as a title there and will design it. The mission of Yeshua was not to send peace to the world, but a sword. So that I put a sword right there. That's what I'm going to design. So we can do it even now, but I'll just have to have it at a later time because I have a lot to do. Do I eat a food that was created from the origin, which is now to this day and to the generation yet to come, with the seed that I have? Do I eat a coconut unto spoil, or I eat it unto what? What light you have failed to have, that make you go and preach what he has not sent you? This is the main mission of Yeshua on earth. Fight for them. That's why they say if you're not conscious, things would take you off the lane. Even what you are to give, you're going to do that opposite. That's why they say don't do justices. You fake it. Like things will take you off the lane. and you see yourself being judged. That's why it pained him a point where he the one to judge you, nobody, that he should regard you as somebody, to bring to you the food that was not to be given to you, and making it available. The manna he also died, to, let's say, Musa, that he gave them manna to drink, yet they have died. Then I use that word. He gave back, said all, after he gave you that which you eat and will raise you again. Wow, that is the mission. So this is a very critical note. That for Moses or Moshe, like they have the name. I don't want to rename it something. You know, he was trying to make a difference. He that can kill or raise you, you have to look for him. For Moses could not raise anybody, yet it was the same Lord with him. But how he was given was this: he had also administered that he could not even enter the outer for the wilderness. Even that he ended up on the way. You say that right? Well, so who is the captain that will rapture them for their righteous cause? If they have been used, and for a reason, the Lord, for a reason where you sin instantly judgment, unless you prove that you are more like him or you are more than him. Because if it causes distraction on you, you have to know that. Look at the word Yeshua speak. He said what? He said, think not that what the church is preaching or teaching you that make peace. Think not that you are sent to the entire earth. He rather say what? Sword. What is this? This is a sword. And then you ask yourself, let's see, what is the function of a sword in the same word context? Let's use that word. What is the function of a sword? So watch carefully. So his word is to look like disrespect, disobedient to the. So who he to father or mother, he causes because of the pain. This is what is happening. That some of them, when you are about seeing something wrong happening, the spirit. Watch. Simple as the word is. He said what? Think not that he has come to send peace on earth. He cannot. You look at the word not. You understand? It's not. So that if it right, to send peace. But a sword. Now the function of a sword. Look, I don't think you pay a billion or 10,000 for a tithe and the to do. Very, very pain. What are we getting the words wrongly? Yeah, we say it's the Lord that will guide us. And he didn't guide us, and somebody takes our place. What are we going to say? That will be the he has short. Look how simple it is to conversation. It is well written word. I don't think it have been written plain like that. Is the word to disrespect, to disobey, is to your home. So already, whether be somebody no, they said this against this. No. It can't come to the level here. It has happened already. But the level here, tell you. That's what I tell you. If you didn't know, to cut the generation short, nothing will be working for any good. If you go to church today, found what you gave, and it's on the channel, you should say the Lord or the Lord's doing. Make known to you what is intention, which is that's why I say what is test, yet you are not seeing it. If you couldn't find any word to have this word tell you somebody, then you couldn't throw it away. Wow. I'm seeing a lot of people in this flesh. Even this eye is showing it. No, this one. Okay, they are showing differences. You see that when I change the looks today, they look very different. That I can just simply make it so that we look at it and you think, well, what do you think about this? You say it's one of them. Okay. So the word says it. So I have to make it happen. I'm not a person without the hurt. This is his own word that you may find. What a world. So he said he brought like the fight war. Upon it so he brought weapons well to fight against each other. And who bring the so originally even the one to have brought unity was the one in whom ye delight, not him. As for him, he has made his portion known to you, that he didn't come to send peace to the world but sword. And we said the word but out. So in that case, we're going to ask what is. So we're going to ask what is the meat about sword. First of all, before simply what do you mean? So what is the meat? Is the meat the word sword? The word sword origin. So that if a country in which they tell you it's from, you have to look at the make. Let's get it also right there. Brought things how you think like you are saying. If you are that disturbance, war in right, so we get a word, find it right there. Now, the word sword has a rich in Proto-Germanic. You see, it's technology and war. You don't understand well, boy. Go up. With myths and theories surrounding development from words meaning to cut. Do you understand? So did we see that? So, you said that right? And I did it. But even if it's just a mere word, we saw the function. What the function of a sword means. You see that? To what? To do this. To do what? You see that right? So that's a function, the meaning, even if you didn't know it in the text, the function. If indeed the truth is opposite the origin, let's see the function. As I said, rather be led into practicality or practical art. So in the practicality, we get in it. What does the Lord say? That for what? That word sword or the word sword to cut or even skin. You see what the use of it is? Skin. Alright. Now, etymology and linguistics mesh. Now, the cutting or skin connection. Sword derived from Old words, which is